Murray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. My name is Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start the show off on the same way we start every show off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, but the fact that you're spending with us truly does mean the world to me. So thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro.
How's she cotton, me loves? You're listening to the Mac City Morning Show.
All right, and we're back. Now, before we start, my phone rang, and I just got to give a shout out to my mom, Pamela Pierre. Mom, I'm sorry I didn't pick up your phone call. We're shooting the show. Now, we have hands down, and every other guest is going to be upset about this, but hey, tough. We have my favorite guest on the show today. We have, and I'm going to introduce her, Jillian MacIntosh. So, Jillian, thank you for coming back again.
No problem. I'm sure you tell all of your guests that, though.
I think I've dropped it 3 times now, but I didn't mean it with the other ones.
You're still the only person he's introduced.
That is
true.
That is.
This is true.
So we're just going to kick it off. We were talking about this a little bit before we turned on the cameras, and I know you don't mind talking about it. You did the Bikini Bliss Challenge.
I did.
And you lost tons of weight. You look phenomenal. Congratulations. For the people at home, please tell them what the Bikini Bliss Challenge is.
Okay, so the Bikini Bliss Challenge historically has been a female-only challenge, and it's a 3-month challenge.
Yeah.
It can be at-home workouts or in the gym workouts. Obviously, during this pandemic, everything was at home, so
right.
It was pretty amazing to see women from all shapes, sizes, backgrounds completely crush this competition. There's 2 different categories, two winners, and they get a free trip at the end of it.
That's right.
Swag and things. So
yeah,
it was a fun 3 months. It was a long 3 months. It was a quick 3 months. I'm sure if anybody saw the last video that I was in, you'd probably significantly see a difference in my face. So
yeah,
thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work.
So here's the thing about the challenge that I know a lot of women who've done it now, and everybody's results are phenomenal. What makes this, what are you doing to make these changes happen? Because it's like everybody who joins it has a different body at the end of it. Mm-hmm. I know you, for example, you've always been somebody who's been physically fit and active, and for goodness sakes, Mike, he's hardcore. He looks like the Hulk, even in his later years. He's a physically fit man. So this is not new to you as far as working out, eating healthy, being active. What is this all about? What's different?
I guess I think what's different is that you have the support of all of the women that are in the challenge.
Okay.
And I did say that it was mostly a female challenge, but the next session that's starting in September, there's actually a couples component.
Oh.
So couples can compete as well, and then as well as the female category. So that'll be new for this next intake. But
okay.
I guess what the difference is obviously you have that support. Everybody gets the same macros, and you're supposed to follow them. So if anybody knows anything about macros, you track your fat, protein, carbs.
Okay.
And then you have to do your workouts. And I've trained with several trainers over the years that wasn't necessarily the healthiest way to do it. And the difference with this is how much healthier it is.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually eating foods and lots of it, and you're training, but you're not overtraining.
Right.
One of the things that Coach Mon always says to us is make sure you're taking your rest days, and you get 2 a week. So
yeah,
I think what makes this different is that you're it's not crazy, it's manageable.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's one I just like working out, and I don't like going to the gym. I like doing push-ups and chin-ups, and I love running. So, inherently, that's going to, keep me in shape.
Elliot.
Yeah, weird flex. Yeah, it is.
A lot of the workouts were body weight, it could be body weight. So it's literally for any level, which was really great.
That's
too.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I remember when I was younger, though, I really wanted to get in shape for whatever reason. I don't remember. But I tried Beachbody. What was it called? P90X.
Yeah.
Now, if this is a big plug for P90X, if you follow the workout that they gave you, you will have the body
100% you will.
that they have put on the box. but the amount of work is immense. And it's tough, and it's at home.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's you're watching DVDs and stuff.
Yep.
So I just see this what you're doing similar to that, and most people that I know who've done P90X can't keep it up.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what the difference is how Coach Mon really wants you to make this a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So she's not crazy with the workouts. A lot of the workouts work out multiple areas of the body, so you're not, okay, today's leg day or tomorrow's this, and you don't have to do an hour and a half of said muscle group.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what makes it a lot easier for people. I say easier. I mean, the workouts are tough.
Yeah.
But makes it a lot more attainable for people and sustainable for people moving forward.
That's right. Okay. Well, big shout out to Bikini Bliss, because like the results that I've seen have been like jaw dropping across the board.
And I can't believe how fast it's like catching on, because they opened spots for the new challenge, I think like a week after the last challenge closed.
Yeah.
And they were sold out within days.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's insane. And like I've seen, like I have a lot of women friends, and they've been on different programs and diets and things throughout. And I've never seen results like this one. And I've never seen like you seem happy about it. Like normally it's like, oh, I'm on a diet and it's the worst. But like everybody that I know is like, oh, no, it's cool. I like it. Like it's tough. It's work, but it's not that bad. So whatever they've put together.
Well, I mean, as you know, I'm a bit of a wino. I like to indulge in my wine from time to time. And
there you go.
That's always been kind of a deal breaker for me in doing some of these challenges or with working with trainers, is it was all or nothing.
Yeah.
They were like, okay, you're not allowed to eat all the bad things or blah, blah, blah. Whereas in this program, here are your macros.
Yeah.
If you can fit it into your macros, have whatever you want.
That's right.
But just make sure you're putting in the work.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat. Tanner, we're joining the Bikini Bliss, son.
I already look good in a bikini. It's fine. Whatever you got to work out. I mean, like, I'm like 6'9" and ripped.
Yeah. So. Nobody knows what Tanner looks like.
I know.
So it's awesome. Yes, you could say whatever you want.
He is 6'9" and totally ripped.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. I love it. That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So we touched on this a little bit last time, and we actually got some comments about it. So I'm just going to speak about it a little bit more. We're going to talk about Dickensfield.
Okay.
Just in general, about memories of Dickensfield. So I'm going to throw it out first and see if you were allowed to hang out at this Dickensfield location. Because I was not.
Okay.
The Circle K.
Oh, yeah.
You were allowed to go to the Circle K?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you wanted?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Only the bad kids got to hang out by the Circle K. So the smokers. That's my parents.
Well, I definitely wasn't one of those.
No.
But yeah, no. Both my parents worked full time, and a lot of times I was the one in charge at home. So kind of did whatever I wanted.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's one cat out of the bag. My parents never. Like, what's funny is I used to go to the Circle K to buy like a lottery ticket for my dad. He's like, go buy me a lottery ticket. So I was allowed to go then, but that was it.
Crazy.
I could never go there unsupervised. But you lived closer. You're like a street away. I'm only like a street and a half away.
Yeah.
But I was never allowed to go to the Circle K.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I knowing what I know of your parents, like, yes, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they kept me on. I had a lot of freedom. That was not one of them.
No.
So, okay. All right. Okay, next question. For the viewers at home, I know some of these answers. Did you or not attend Sister Mary Phillips?
I did attend the first year that it opened.
Okay.
Yep.
And so were you in a split class or not?
I don't even remember now. No, it wasn't a split class.
Oh.
With Mr. Smirik.
Then it was a split class.
Was it a split? I don't even remember.
Yeah, it was.
See, there you go. Maybe it was a split class.
You went to SMP because that's what my mind was fuzzy. I knew you went there, but I went there for the 2 years, 5 and 6. You went back to St. Anne's?
Yeah. Myself and one other person in the class actually went back over to St. Anne's. Jerry. We both left.
Fitzgerald?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we both went back.
Look at that.
Yeah, it felt more home for me when I went back to St. Anne. It just made sense.
Yeah.
And I struggled that first year that year at SMP. I don't know what it was. I think if you remember, it was a totally different learning environment because everything was open.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I just got distracted by that or what. Maybe it was too much of an opportunity to be conversing with people or what. But I think that might have messed me up. Yeah. So once I went back to St. Anne, and I had Miss Kelly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all the stars aligned. So
interesting.
She was a tough teacher. Great teacher. Tough teacher.
Everything that you just said, I remember, but positively. In regards to when I went to SMP, I loved it because it was a different environment and it was so open. And to me, it allowed creativity for me. And I could talk more. I'm a great talker. So I was able to flourish, I felt, and really find, okay, these are my skill sets here.
Right.
And when I had to go back to St. Anne's, I liked it more because obviously junior high. But I remember my St. Anne's days very fondly, but more constrictive.
Right.
That red brick building, like...
Well, I mean, we had Mr. Madden before you went to SMP. So
that's right.
You want to talk about the most strict teacher I think I've ever had.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. That was like the toughest year ever. Nice man. This guy was like, we were in grade 4. This man was 6'6".
He was massive, dude.
Like, your neck just killed you every day.
He'd have to duck like significantly to get into the portables where our classroom was.
Yeah. So tall man, hurt your neck when you were a kid looking up that high.
Were you in Miss Alex class for grade 3, or were you in the other one?
I was in the other one.
Oh, okay.
I forget. It started with a J.
Jahelka?
No, Jahelka was grade 2. Jill, it wasn't Jillian.
My God, we're getting old.
If any of these teachers are still in town, they're more than welcome to come on.
Well, Miss Alec, funny story. My parents were roaming nomads for quite a few years, and they were traveling in an RV through the States.
Yeah.
And I think it was about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
They were in this random community in like North or South Carolina.
Yeah.
And somebody had seen a Canada flag on my parents' RV and said, "Oh, there's another set of Canadians just down from here." So my mom, being my mom, walked over. Sure enough, wasn't it freaking Miss Alec?
Wow.
Of all of the places in the world to run into your daughter's grade 3 teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Miss Gillis.
Yes.
Miss Gillis. I might be blushing here.
I had a massive crush.
I had a massive crush on Miss Gillis.
I think all the boys did.
Oh my Lord.
Because she was a fairly new teacher, I think, when you guys got her.
Yeah. I don't know.
Young.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I just know I was in grade 3 and I was in love. This lady could have told me to do anything. I would have been like, listen, you want me to read? I'm whatever. I don't like it, but I'll do it. And then I had to go to Mr. Madden, and he was a great teacher too, but it was like completely opposite.
Would she gotten you to do your own homework?
Well, she could have tried, but I don't think so. Listen, I'm the king of delegation. It's not that I didn't do my own homework. I just delegated certain components of it away.
My father always taught me the best managers work from the neck up.
There you go. So I delegated homework.
Elliot knows what he's doing.
That's exactly it. Hence, you can own a company, and I've been delegating my whole life.
There you go.
Owning a business just kind of...
You've been preparing for this your whole life?
That's right.
Just getting people to do your work for you is a trait.
That's right. So, I remember, I'm going to get in so much trouble because of this episode, but sometimes I'd be late for class or miss class completely, and I would have certain people, and I won't throw them under the bus.
Oh,
but I'd be like,
on. Everybody wants a tease.
Yeah, can you mark me as absent instead of late? And they'd be like, yeah, sure, Elliot, no problem. So
oh my God.
I would always get these late phone calls, on my progress report. My mom's like, you're late all of the time. How is this feasible? And I was just like, well,
The alternative would have been worse, Mom. Yeah. Be thankful that it's late.
Yeah.
Just be glad you didn't have triple number lates by the end of your high school.
Yeah.
He may have. Hard to say at this point.
There was a lot of lates there. That being said, you know what? And brownie points to Elliot Pierre. I'm speaking about myself in the third person. I never skipped a single day of school until grade 12.
Really?
Never missed a single day of school. Wow. Until grade 12. Then it all went off the rails.
Yeah.
But up until that point, I can say no skipping.
That's shocking.
Yeah. A lot of lates. No skipping.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I probably skipped my first time in grade 10, I would think. But I mean, I was I don't want to say a high achiever because I definitely wasn't a high achiever, but I always got my assignments done and stuff, so I was never really concerned.
Right.
And depending on the class, I mean, if it was an English class, I knew I could roll back in there in a week and probably crush it. So
yeah. That wasn't me. If I didn't go to class, I couldn't delegate my work away, for goodness sakes. So I had to be there to keep track and keep my eyes on my employees.
Working on what for me?
Are you still working on that thing for me? Yeah, okay, good. So
you had to delegate, but you got to be there.
You got to be there to delegate. Yeah. That's exactly it.
True story.
Watch your employees.
That's it. So I've got another question about Dickensfield. I grew up on McConaughey, and it just so happened that every kid on McConaughey, other from me, went to public high school. Like everybody that I hung out with went to Dickensfield and ended up going to Westwood.
No, Lindsay Lamarand.
Well, that wasn't until late. Lindsay never moved onto my street until grade 6.
That's true.
Grade 7. St. Anne's.
Yep.
She didn't show up until grade 7.
Yeah, you're right.
So on your street, was it more Catholic kids or public kids?
I guess it would be more Catholic because Andrew Highfield was on that street.
That's right.
Well, Pat Mitchell was just
Mitchell,
around
McLaren
the way.
Bay. That's right. You had the
no,
Espeos.
there was a mix.
You had Espeos.
Yeah, the Espeos were over too.
Yeah.
No, it was a mix on my street because now I'm thinking like my sister's husband, he went to Westwood. Jason Joseph lived down the street. He went to Westwood.
Oh, that's right.
So
No. Jason Joseph went to Father Merck.
Are you sure?
100%. He might not have spent his whole career at Father Merck, but I know maybe. For a component of it, because him and my cousin Jussie, they're very good friends. And
right.
So I know that, or maybe he went to St. Anne's.
You know you're getting old when you struggle to try to remember this.
Well, the reason I know is because I remember Jason Joseph in school. Like I remember seeing him often.
Right, maybe.
But it might have been from St. Anne's, not from high school.
Yeah.
Jason Joseph, if you're watching.
If any of these people that I've just name dropped, I'm sorry, but
some of them do. You know who was who made the most comments on our last episode was Sarah Hallett, aka Sarah Mullen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
she
watches.
They were like family for me growing up, so, and I mean similar for you, right next door, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have an embarrassing story about Sarah Hallett that I'll share, and hopefully she watches it. We were playing baseball in my backyard one time, and we were next door neighbors, and she was jumping on the trampoline. And at the point in time, Nerf bat, tennis ball, I was like, Sarah, you need to stop jumping. I'm about to hit it. Now, at the time, I had never hit a home run in backyard baseball.
Of course.
Never done it. And so even Pero, my best friend ever, Pero Plemich, he was like, dude, like I was calling it like I'm Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
And I was like, Sarah, you got to get down. I'm going to knock it out of the park. And she's like, no, you're not, Elliot. And the ball connected, and she was jumping on the trampoline, and she was up in the air, and the ball, bam, right in the face.
What a shot.
I'm sure she's really going to appreciate reliving that story.
Yeah, right in the face. But this is the best thing about Sarah Hallett. I thought I was done for. I thought she was going to go in and rat me out and cry to her mom. Now, I think she cried. I don't know if she cried or not, but I know what she got hurt because she stopped bouncing and went inside. And me and Pero were just like, I'm about to get grounded. Grace is going to scream at me. This is not good. And that shoe never fell.
You've met Grace, right? She's going to scream at you.
Well, Grace is not a screamer, but she's a disciplinarian.
Oh, I mean, look at her line of work,
yeah,
of course.
She's a disciplinarian. Grace was like, she kept us on track with the boys. She kept us on track. So I was like, we're going to get in trouble. And we never did. So big shout out for Sarah for not ratting me out.
Yeah, I don't think she's ever really been that kind anyway. Yeah.
However, you should have got off the trampoline that day. You were warned.
Sure, you are going to blame her.
You were warned.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace, we used to, I won't say the gang name that we had, because it's not appropriate in 2021. We live in a different culture now, but we used to have this gang on the street. But what we used to do was we had these plastic go-karts, and we used to attach them to a bike. So we'd have a rope, and the older kids would ride their bikes, and we'd be behind, just like
super safe.
Oh, super safe. And we did it for a while, and then Grace saw a few accidents, and then she started making us wear helmets. And that's when the gang dispersed. We're like, yeah, you can't be a cool gang and wear a helmet doing this. So yeah, Grace kept us alive. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you went to St. Anne's, only 1 year, Sister Mary Phillips. You had Mr. Madden, because that's what I was going to say. That's when you and me really hung out a lot, was in Mr. Madden's class.
Yeah.
Hard teacher?
Super hard teacher.
That makes sense. So she was doing all your homework? Or?
Well, it was a 4-5 split class.
Yeah.
So, and they took the really advanced grade 4s.
Right.
And then they also sprinkled in a couple of troublemakers.
Yes.
Because they thought that Mr. Madden could really shake it out of them, I think.
That's right.
So yeah, it was a tough class. I mean, we were learning both grade 4 and grade 5. So you would think going into grade 5 that we all would have been like stellar students, but grade 5 was my worst year for sure.
It was tough. Like, I think for all those educators out there, if you're going to do a split class, the younger people in that class have to be the overachieving
100%.
nerds. And I say nerd in the most positive way possible.
They have to enjoy school.
That's right. Because you put a guy like me in the younger class, and it is just torture.
And he's just going to convince all of his friends around him to do his homework.
That's right. So I guess, you know what? Keep doing it. I'm kind of successful, so it gave me good management skills.
That's true.
The worst year for me in school, not because I did poorly, class, and my younger brother, Alistair, was in the class with me. And he's a super genius. And he, all year, crushed me. It wasn't a surprise. We all knew it was going to happen. But the level that he would destroy me on everything was straight up embarrassing.
A blow to your confidence.
Oh, man. But my parents, and big shout out to Greg and Pam Pierre, they sat us down at the beginning of the year and they said, our expectation level of you two are different.
That should tell you a lot.
Yeah. So, and they told us kind of where they expected us to fall in. And they said, Alistair, don't make fun or pick on your older brother because you're going to devastate him in marks. But Alistair's not. I just tease people. But then they looked at me and he was like, no, I won't, Mom and Dad. And then they looked at me and like, Elliot, in phys ed, you are going to dominate. Do not pick on your brother and you need to help him. And I was like, oh, man. So, all right, fine. So, yeah, they laid out the expectation, but everything.
It's actually kind of shocking that a school made that decision.
I know.
Put you guys in the same class.
Right?
Yeah.
It was like, thank goodness, like we were talking about it before. My parents raised us with confidence. We're all, the three Pierres were pretty confident individuals.
Yep.
Thank goodness. Because that would have devastated a kid.
Oh,
to
for
be
sure.
crushed. Like, it was humiliating how badly he would crush me every day as my younger brother. So now let's talk about your younger sister. So she's best friends with my little sister when they were back in the day.
Yeah, well, we all used to dance together. So, and your sister and my sister were, I think, in the same dance classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is she up to? I see her online, but I don't know what she's up to.
She is married,
Okay.
4 kids. She is like the polar opposite of me in every way, shape, and form.
4 kids?
4 kids, yeah.
Wow. Right on.
Blended family, like her husband has a kid from another relationship. So,
Okay.
yeah, they've got 4 kids. They're living just outside of Edmonton. Doing well.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you don't need, like, you're built-in auntie.
It's perfect. She had 4. You know,
Yeah.
the average is 2 per household. She's already good.
Yeah?
She's just ticked a list for me, so it's perfect.
And next question. I hope your parents don't mind. I'm going to ask, what are your parents up to? Because I think they still live in that house in my head.
I know. Actually, it's so funny. Every time I drive by our old house, I keep saying to Mike, you know, if/when we ever leave Fort McMurray, I'm knocking on that door and I want to see my old bedroom.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, no, my parents are currently in the whole pandemic world. They're in Prince Edward Island. They have a cottage there.
Oh, nice.
So they've been there since last April, I believe. They came back from Phoenix. Normally they do winters in Phoenix and then summers in Prince Edward Island.
Okay.
This last year, obviously, they weren't down in the States. So, yep.
Is Mike from PEI?
He's from Cape Breton.
Cape Breton. You guys got married in the East Coast.
We got married at my parents' cottage.
Yeah.
In PEI, yep.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, I think within like a week of you guys getting married.
Yeah.
I think we're super close.
We're
in
super
dates.
close.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I knew it was in PEI. So that's where they retired. That's awesome. I love PEI.
It's such a beautiful spot. They have a spot literally overlooking the water, the beach. They've got a set of stairs that just go down to the beach. It's really lovely. It's where my dad grew up. It's his hometown.
Oh,
so
nice.
they found a little place, and yeah, It's like home away from home now, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Your home is still that blue house.
It is.
We have a buddy, James Doherty. He lives
just down from there.
Just down from that place. And I go to his house often prior to the pandemic. Actually, I haven't seen James since February. Throwing it out there. Me and James are following these rules to the letter. It's killing me.
Hey, now you can have 20 people outside.
I know. James Doherty, I'm looking at you. But yeah, every time I go to James's house, I swear, and I have to like tell my brain, she doesn't live there anymore. And I know where your new house is, and I've drive by that sometimes, and it's like it doesn't even exist. You know when you drive by somebody's house, you look to see if they're there. Never look at that house. Always look at your old house to see if you're still there.
Yeah.
Always.
And there's so many people, obviously, that we grew up with, and nobody is left in Beaconsfield really at all.
No.
So.
Except for my parents.
Yep.
Still
and me.
in the same house. Yeah. You moved back. I wish. All right, Tanner, we're going overboard. That's okay. Please hit Jillian with the Mac City Minute. Tanner's Mac City Minute.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, question number 1. What is one of your favorite high school memories with Elliot?
See, the first thing that popped into my mind is really not something I should be sharing on here, but it was a house party at a friend's house, I think in like grade 10 or 11.
Whose house party? Darren Waters?
Yep.
I know exactly what party we're talking about. That was a good party.
It was a good party.
Yeah.
Question number 2. What is your favorite way to spend a hot summer day like today?
Oh, I just like to be out on my deck and in nature.
Question number 3. What is your favorite way to treat yourself while on your diet?
Oh, open up in a bottle of wine.
Question number 4. What is your favorite snack to eat when enjoying your wine?
Charcuterie.
What kind? What's on
Oh,
it?
I go gourmet. Like, I'm talking like $15 cheeses, and I don't eat pork, so, turkey, salami, or things like that. And I love jellies and marmalades.
Question number 5. What is the best part of living in a place with so many people you grew up with?
I actually find now that there's a lot less than what we grew up with. So, and it's great to be friendly when we see each other around town, but I don't really hang out with a lot of people that I grew up with. The people that I grew up with really have all left.
Yeah.
So a lot of the friendships that I've made have either been through, my work now, or friends that I met through various jobs throughout the years.
Yeah.
And then even like old friends of ours, the mass exodus has kind of started to happen, and old friends of ours literally left in like the last 2 weeks.
That's right.
Never thought in a million years they would leave. So
Yep.
it's just crazy.
Yep. We're not going to name drop them here,
No.
but we're going to talk about it after this goes off. Sorry, guys. You're going to have to subscribe for the After Hours show.
Our OnlyFans?
Yeah, our OnlyFans page. Yeah.
Those have been your 5 questions.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I did much better on those this time.
Yeah. It is one of those things where, I think it's worse for girls and guys. Most of the guys stayed here.
Yeah.
Most of the girls moved away and went to other places.
Right.
So, but that being said, I'm the same way. Like a lot of the guys that you just get older. It's a sad thing. You just get older, and
your paths lead you in different directions.
That's right. That's exactly it. And kids and everything else. And the one thing that I think is it's a blessing and a curse is social media.
Oh yeah, because you're so up to date on everyone.
That's right.
You don't have to see them.
That's right. So, yeah, you just know it's like, and so, I know we're going over, but we got to talk about this. This is the last topic, and then we'll cut it. Okay, Tanner?
Tanner's getting very
Tanner's
upset.
like, dude, wrap it up. It is our 20th reunion. It just passed.
Yep.
So so we have been graduated from high school for over 20 years by a few days.
Yep.
That is crazy. 20 years.
I don't feel like we're that old. That's
I don't
the
feel
hard
it either.
part.
That's right. Like the fact that you said there's a party and I can't talk about it, and I was like, it was at Darren Waters' grade 10. I was just like, yeah, I remember it. That happened yesterday. I was there.
I can remember what outfit I had on.
Yeah. So, but yeah, 20 years since we
insane.
graduated. And because of Facebook, there wasn't even a group that was just like, hey, let's do a reunion and pandemic and whatever. No. But yeah, because of all social media, yeah, you know what people are doing. You know what they look like. You know what their kids look like. And
yeah, it's real easy to catch up with somebody.
That's right.
I mean, I'm not really on Facebook, so I don't have all of the nitty gritty details, but I mean,
you figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cool thing about me and this show is since I started putting myself online and making those videos I used to make and doing this, So many of the old school people have reached out to me. And just been like, hey man, I see your videos, cool, this, that, and the other. So big shout out to 2 in particular who were like my oldest friends that like totally grew apart from. Kaylin Young, Robbie Egan.
I think you said them on the last episode.
Did I? There we go. And they probably like...
They're like super important.
Super important. And I swear when this pandemic is over, like, and I can like hang out with other people again, I'm going to Edmonton. I'm hanging out with my boy
back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still remember going to his, I think it was his like 13th or 14th birthday party.
Yeah.
At the Nomad when it had the pool.
Oh, right.
And the water slides.
That was cool.
Yeah,
Not
that's
anymore.
how long we go back.
That's right. Doesn't have that anymore.
No.
On that note, we're done, Jillian.
Okay.
Tanner, just question. What are we at for time-wise?
31 minutes.
Ooh, I don't think we broke the record, but we're pretty close.
With the outro and the shameless plug, I guess we'll have to see.
Okay, well,
I
Jillian,
think
here's your shameless plug.
Everybody's just gonna have to like tune in more and more and like get the likes on this one up because if you want me to come back and dish some more about old school stuff.
Yeah, this is it. We didn't even get it. Like we talked about, like I kept it in Dickensfield. I've got a list of things from Father Merck that I would like to talk about, and that's when things for both of us really got interesting.
True story.
So, hey, like the video, get her back. We'll talk about Merck next time. Okay, Jillian, shameless plug. Who do you want to say hi to? What do you want to talk about?
You know what? Since you brought up 20 years, happy 20-year reunion time, I guess, grad class of 2001.
There we go. Awesome. Well, everybody at home, thank you. This has been the Mac City Morning Show. I'm pretty sure by the time I'm done talking, this will be the longest episode that we've ever done. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. I know I have. Hopefully you're having a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
I said this. That's another Mac City Morning Show done.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.